ice cream all out.
Yeah.
Everybody can get some. And then
We'll play while everyone says.
it's going to be in this room here.
Can you call Mom and Grandpa and find out?
You're very
Oh, are they coming? Grandpa and
Because we're playing some patriotic songs today.
Flag Day is next week, so
Yay!
we're getting ready for it.
When is Flag Day? Everyone's supposed to fly the
14th.
flag. The 14th.
14th, Wednesday,
Day of the week.
Wednesday, next week.
Boy, you're right on.
And there was no
This is Karen. She is the leader of the band.
No, I'm not stopping.
she's actually pretty dang good.
She's the band mom.
You're the man, I think you did pretty good.
Thank you.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm glad you came now.
Yeah.
Karen, who's
Yes.
the leader of the band?
John Fogelberg. Yes. This lady.
John Fogelberg.
John Fogelberg. Okay, yeah.
I didn't know that one. I forgot.
Wow,
that one.
good job, Josie.
Boy,
Don't play
Josie.
trivia with me unless
Trivia.
you're ready.
They're here.
Well, okay, we're gonna do "You're a Grand Old Flag," and it's a Spirited March, and it was the first song from a musical to sell over 1 million copies of sheet music. Nobody knows what musical was it? I don't know. "You're a Grand Old Flag." Here we go. One. You went down two. Okay. 1, 2, ready, and go. Even better the second.
Careful for the camera.
Get over there on that match.
I don't remember. The next song we like to play is called
Yes.
"American Patrol."
Kerrigan. He just bugged his son.
Yeah,
Oh, no, that's what comes with. No, I don't think anybody wants to hear this.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, well,
definitely want to hear it.
all right. Well, the next piece we're going to play is "American Patrol." Glenn Miller and his orchestra recorded their version of this song in 1942, and the song became one of the most popular songs of the year at number 15 on the Billboard charts. And as many of you know, Miller disbanded his regular orchestra and enlisted in the Army in 1942, and his reason for doing so were to put a little more spring into the feet of our marching men and a little more joy into their hearts. So, American Patrol. 1, 1, a 2, a 1, 2, ready, go.
Well, hello. Come on in.
Well, guys, we're gonna skip home on the range. We're skipping,
We are?
skip it because I don't have it for some reason. Sorry. Sorry.
All right.
We'll do armed forces. Armed forces. My God, I can't believe I don't have it.
Tom heard you, right?
Yeah, Tom's got it. He's got it. All right. Well, I stole my thunder on Flag Day. So we would now like to perform the Armed Forces March as a thank you for all of you that may have served in the Armed Forces. Please stand or wave when you hear the branch of service. So Armed Forces March. Yeah, I know. God, I can't believe it. You know what? Oh, it doesn't. Here it goes. Here we go. Ready, guys? 1, 2, ready.
Coast Guard.
Coast Guard, it is, yes. Well, now we're going to feature one of our members in the band, Miss Josie in the back here on the keyboards. She's going to be performing a piece called God Bless the USA, which is an American patriotic song written, I can't believe it was written in 1984, but by Lee Greenwood. In the song, the singer says if he were to lose everything he had and to start from scratch, he would do it again because he believes his freedom is guaranteed in America. He remembers how other Americans in history have died to secure this freedom and declared if he was ever called upon to defend the USA, he would gladly stand up and fight because he loves his country. Take it away, Josie. We're very lucky to have Mike playing with us this gig because he usually has to teach school, but now that he's off, he's playing with us. So, yay!
You call him Sticks?
We should. Okay. Well, now we're going to take you back to the big band era. We're going to do some big band tunes. First off, Duke Ellington's signature composition was a tune called "Take the A Train," which he wrote with Billy Strayhorn. The song brought Ellington and his band financial success and became his signature song that he played for the rest of his life. In 1941, New York City's newest subline, the A Train, was bringing people from Harlem into the heart of the city and connecting Manhattan Island. And did you know there are lyrics to the song? Because I didn't. They start out like, "You must take the A Train to go to Sugar Hill way up in Harlem. If you miss the A Train, you'll find you missed the quickest way to Harlem. So take the A Train."
Oh boy, just as long as Matt doesn't see that.
He's got a part. We made sure he had a part.
You wouldn't
I've
want
actually
to hear
never
me
heard
sing.
that theme before. Never have.
Here we go. A one, a one, a two, a 1, 2, ready, go. trumpets.
All trumpet. So what's the difference between a cornet and a trumpet?
Matt,
So a cornet, yeah, if you look at them, a cornet's always shorter and chunkier, and a lot of times has a crook. But the difference is trumpet's tubing is uniform in diameter until the flare of the bell, where a cornet has a more conical, gradually expanding in size
who is this guy?
tube.
So,
So
this is a cornet. With
yeah, that, yeah.
Exploding.
little
A pregnant one.
cornet with a
Did that?
Yes.
Did you,
Oh,
you guys
we're impressed.
understand all that?
Oh, conical.
Yeah.
Words.
Trumpet, dude. So really a cornet is more expensive because it's got more work to do with it.
Yeah.
Depends. I mean, there's a lot of factors that go in. You can buy cheap cornets and expensive ones, and vice versa with trumpet. It depends on the alloy and the metal that they use.
Which is harder to play?
Yeah, they're about the same. The same fingerings, everything the same. Now, trumpets are a lot more like sharp and driving, where a cornet has a more mellow, kind of a more like softer, gushier, warmer tone.
Well, that's like in Susan.
Gushier. We like that word
That's an
too.
official music term, right?
Okay, now she's got a gold trumpet.
Brass.
Actually, I just have a gold mouthpiece.
Wow.
Okay, then what's your
All right, give me a
color?
smile, Matthew.
Mine's silver.
Silver.
Hers is gold.
What's going in there?
And Matt's is gold or silver
Brass.
too.
Trail marker.
Yes.
So it doesn't matter what the material's made out of, just the size of the tube.
No, well, yeah, kind of. Silver is usually a little more. I don't know. It usually gives you a warmer sound. But it depends.
Really?
Yeah, it can.
Didn't know that.
It can. Well, let's change venue or change kind of a different moods. Thank you so much. Well, let's see. Now we're gonna play a piece called "Embraceable You," which was written by George and Ira Gershwin for the 1928 operetta East is West, but for some reason it was never performed. I can't imagine why. The song eventually surfaced 2 years later in the Broadway musical Girl Crazy, where Ginger Rogers sang it with a choreographed routine by Fred Astaire. Over a decade later, in 1941, Jimmy Dorsey and his orchestra performed the piece with Helen O'Connell on vocals, and it became a modest hit. But then Billie Holiday recorded the song in 1944, and it became her 5th song to receive a Grammy Award. So, "Embraceable You." 1, 2, 3, 4. She was. I saw her.
I was gonna get up
Yeah.
and join, but then
Matt was too into it.
I would shoot you with my horn.
Well, St. Louis Blues was composed in 1914, and in 1925, Bessie Smith, one of the greatest blues singer of the time, recorded St. Louis Blues alongside a very young cornet star named Louis Armstrong. The song became so popular that Edward VIII requested the tune from his Scottish pipers at Balmoral Castle, and our now passed away Queen Elizabeth called it one of her favorite songs. So, St. Louis Blues.
then you're gonna play Phoenix Blues?
I'm going to wait till July. Then we'll really have the blues. Give you three, guys. Here we go. Ready? A 1, 1935 while he was on a cruise to Fiji. A begin is a dance and music form similar to a slow rumba, but someone described this piece as a bit of a maverick. It's an unprecedented experiment and one which today, after hearing it hundreds of times, It's still hard to play the piece from start to finish without the printed music. A musicologist added that by the 60th measure, he finds him muttering another title, and the begin. And you might know why when we get halfway through. In 1938, Artie Shaw recorded an arrangement of the song, hoping to find an identity for his band. RCA didn't like the idea of recording such a long piece of music, but Shaw persisted, and the song became a best-selling record and sending Shaw and his band to fame and popularity. Begin the begin.
Begin the begin.
Here we go.
It's a dance.
1, 2, 3. Was composed by Jerry Gray and was another huge hit for the Glenn Miller Orchestra. The song was actually on the B side of a record. How many of you remember the B and the A side of records? The B side was considered it was kind of a filler song they threw in, while the A side was always the better side. But the A side of that record was Daydreaming, which really never went anywhere. A String of Pearls was recorded on November 8th, 1941, which was less than a month before the attack on Pearl Harbor. The lyrics of the song talk about a girl who's excited to get a string of pearls from her boyfriend, which is usually the lead up to getting a diamond ring. The lyrics end like this: it's a string of pearls a la Woolworth. I found a love so sublime. Right in that old 5 and dime with a string of pearls a la Woolworth. Do you remember Woolworth? I used to loved going there. Okay, string of pearls. Okay, got it. 1, 2, 3.
You're still working on that diamond part, aren't you?
I got that one covered. It was the string of pearls.
Well, now we're going to go back to Josie. She's going to do a piece called Green Eyes, and this was originally written in Spanish under the title
Aquellos ojos verdes.
Those Green Eyes by Adolfo Utera in 1929. The song was a bolero, which is a dance, and became a major hit 10 years later when recorded by Jimmy Dorsey's orchestra with, again, Helen O'Connell doing the vocals. This record reached the Billboard charts in May of 1941 and lasted 21 weeks on the chart, finally peaking at number 1. So, Green Eyes.
Oh, we thought that was Josie. Sound like I'm from over there, huh?
Go for it.
out on that genetic. He should.
Weren't you in ballerina, Dan?
I fell in love with my wife all over again.
Oh, that's so nice. Well, now I hate to start the next song, but Little Brown Jug was originally a drinking song, and like many songs that make a reference to alcohol, it enjoyed new popularity during the Prohibition era. In 1939, Glenn Miller and his orchestra released a hit version of the folk song, and it became an early chart hit for Miller. Little Brown Jug was featured in the plot of the Glenn Miller story with Jimmy Stewart and June Allyson. The lyrics are fun and start out like this. My wife and I live all alone in a little log hut we called our own. She loved gin, I loved rum. I tell you what, we'd had lots of fun. Ha ha ha, you and me. Little Brown Jug, don't I love thee? So, Little Brown Jug. I think you're a little too young. No, you look it up. All right, here we go.
Drunken.
One, a two, a 1, 2, ready, go. Well, don't get around much anymore. Well, I don't get around much anymore either, but the song we're going to play is also called Don't Get Around Much Anymore, and it's a jazz standard written by and composed and performed by Duke Ellington. The song was originally entitled Never No Lament and was first recorded by Ellington and his orchestra in 1942. The song became a hit in 1942 when Bob Russell wrote lyrics for the piece. And a few years ago, all the old big band stuff was revived by Harry Connick Jr., and this was one of his bigger pieces. Anyway, the sad lyrics are about a jilted lover who would rather stay home than be haunted by memories of happier times spent at dances and night spots with his ex-girlfriend. So don't get around much anymore. And we would like to feature Mr. Matt Wharton on this one.
All right.
Get your phones ready. Here we go. Oh, 1, 2, ready, go.
Thank you.
Well, our last big band piece will be Moonlight Serenade, which is a swing ballad composed by Glenn Miller. And it was an immediate phenomenon when it was released in May of 1939. It was an instrumental arrangement and became Miller's signature song, and was also Miller's first recording to reach 1 million copies. The song showcased what became known as the Glenn Miller style, a clarinet-led, sax-driven, even though we don't have any of that in here today, but amazingly smooth sound that fans absolutely loved. And one other interesting thing is there's no denying that Miller was a jazz legend, but he was also a patriot and a war hero. And like I say, he gave up his lucrative orchestra to go start his own patriotic band and be in the military. And again, to all military veterans, we thank you for your service. Moonlight Serenade.
Oh, I like that.
Thank
Well, thank you. We've got one. We'll end and this is part of the big band and the Flag Day celebration. We'll do a tune now called Yankee Doodle, which I'm sure you all know. Some historians believe that it was originally written around 1755 to make fun of the poorly dressed New England soldiers. But Yankee Doodle, believe it or not, in 1978 was adopted as the official state song of Connecticut. Most people think that Yankee Doodle was written by George Cohan, but Cohan actually borrowed parts of Yankee Doodle for one of his musicals, which he renamed Yankee Doodle Dandy. So, Yankee Doodle Variations is what we'll be playing. All right, guys, are we ready? Yeah. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, ready. One more, you say? Okay, we've got a short one for you here. We'd like to end with God Bless America, which was actually written by Irving Berlin during World War I, but was revived again in World War II. And does anybody know whose signature song that was? Who sang?
Kate Smith.
Yes, very good. Yes, a collaborative effort there. Yes, and that became her. She actually introduced that song on Armistice Day in 1938. And Kate Smith on a radio show, and it became an instant signature song during her career. So thank you so much for coming tonight, and we'll end with God Bless America. All right, ready guys? Oh, Josie, you just go for it.
everybody. We love to play, in case you can't tell.
One more round of applause for these guys.